FlamesNation citizens, we are back here at Marda Loop in the Ooodle Noodle studio, and things are a little different. This episode, we took a bit of a break. We had some changes going on, but I'm back here with my good friend Lyle. How are you?
I'm fantastic. And this time, I'm not a guest.
You're not a guest.
I'm not a guest.
So you might have a lot of questions
Big
going
news.
on. Where there's some big news, there's been some changes. People might be like, where the hell's Princey? He's kind of been like AWOL. He was hanging out at the Stanley Cup Finals doing his thing.
Didn't it?
I was very, very jealous. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. Princey is taking on a bigger role with Missing Curfew, and we wish him nothing but the best. We love you, Princey. We miss you. But hell yeah, we got Lyle in here too. And we can make FlamesNation citizens continue on through the summer and throughout the next hockey season coming up.
And that's what I'm excited about. The next hockey season.
Do we ever like not think about hockey?
Listen, like schedules are dropping now. Like it's hockey is a few months away. Stampede and then boom, hockey season.
People are like, "Oh my gosh, Michela, you must like in the winter it must be so chill for you because you're not playing shows. It's not Stampede." I'm like, "No, it's fucking hockey season and there's a million games."
Are we saying fuck?
We can swear here. It's our show. It's our show. We can do what we want with it.
Fine. All right. What are those?
What are these?
Because I was not, you were not including me in this the last time I was here.
Which I'm very surprised that we didn't. So we made like a weird tradition with our previous episodes to start it off with smelling salts every time.
What are smelling salts?
I don't even know exactly what they're supposed to do, but they kind of they hit you pretty hard and they wake you up and they'll clear your sinuses and your soul pretty quickly. So you've never done this before?
I honestly have not. No.
Okay, so we're gonna shake
but like
it up.
I did hear you guys do it in the show, and I was in my head.
Like, what are they
didn't
snorting?
know what they were doing. I don't watch the podcast ever or a podcast. I just always watch, like listen to it.
Sometimes I do. Honestly, okay, that's actually probably good to know. If you're listening to this right now or watching this, tell us, like, do you prefer watching it on YouTube or listening to it while you drive? Like, how do you best consume podcasts? Because that's going to help us a lot too.
I'm a driving podcast guy.
I'm not a driving podcast
always
kind of
driving.
person. I'm always like, I'll put on a podcast when I'm working because sometimes when I listen to music, it makes me too much in my feelings and I just need to like have somebody like just talking to me in my ears. But,
yeah, I like the driving, and radio sucks nowadays.
I know.
No offense to my radio friends, but
it does suck. As somebody who used to work in radio, yeah.
Ooh, okay. What's your favorite pet's name?
Okay, so we have the smelling salts here. I'm gonna try.
And it's just called hockey smelling salt.
Hockey smelling salt.
All right, let's do it. You go first.
I hate this shit. No. Oh. Okay, this one's a bit stale. No, because
like, barely even get your nose in there.
I know. The other guys just stick their whole snoots in here, and it's like, no, you have to put your full beak in there. Because I'm a baby, okay? Oh.
What the heck is that stuff?
It's enough to kill you, hey?
Formulated for cold conditions. Oh, so I think it just opens your sinuses up a little bit. And
makes you cry? Are you gonna cry?
Oh, shit. I'm so happy to be here, Michaela.
I'm so happy to be your co-host.
So what took you so long to ask me? Like I told you I would do it, and then it took like what, 3 weeks until you finally texted me.
Listen, we had a lot of shit to figure out. Princey was moving on up and moving on out, and I just wanted to make sure that everything was good, schedules aligned, but here we are. I'm so grateful to have you, even as you're fucking crying still.
So happy to be here.
Thank you for being my new co-host.
Just the gift that keeps giving that stuff.
Do you need a tissue?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, good.
I'm fine. I'm emotional. It's a big day. What are your? Okay, I think I asked you in your last time when I was here as a guest, but
yeah, you were grilling us, which was really fun.
Well, I know you both, but what are your dreams of FlamesNation citizens?
My dreams for FlamesNation citizens.
We're here now.
Well, it feels like a new beginning, which is really nice. I want to have some really cool guests on the show. I want to kind of lift the curtain behind the behind the scenes stuff for what hockey and sports entertainment is, the moving parts. I want to have some fun. I want to do some weird shit. I want to play some games. I want to, kind of provide listeners who, because we got Barn Burner, we have all of these amazing shows, and they're like heavy on stats and like, you're shooting the shit, talking shop, but I can't always keep up with that because I admittedly I love sports, don't know what the fuck is going on half the time. So this is for people who want to be involved or people who just love going to the game, like and being social and they want something more, but they don't want to necessarily have to really dial in on the nitty-gritty finite details of it. So we want to reach a new audience and bring everybody into the world of sports.
Oh, I just thought, okay, I agree.
You agree?
I always love podcasts like segments too. So I want to bring some of those fun ones in, try them out. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. I just thought of one, Catwalk Confessions.
Catwalk Confessions.
Yeah, we'll just get some up on that catwalk. We'll film them and then just have them talk about stuff.
Like interview them with a tiny mic.
Because people are petrified up there.
It's terrifying.
And just see their reaction while trying to ask them some serious questions.
I have been up there quite a lot, and every time my legs still get like a little shaky, especially when I'm walking over top the jumbotron. It's like, ooh, you gotta hold on. That's what you do. If you're just listening to this, it's definitely your toes curl and your boobs stick out when you're on the catwalk because your whole body is really tense. And it's Do your boobs stick out?
No, my boobs stay right where they're I don't get nervous on the catwalk, to be honest. But I've brought a lot of tours up there during Wrangler games, and
that is true.
It's like 75-25 who don't like it up there.
But that's your home base, right? My home base is on the ice.
Yeah,
you're way up there.
If you lean over the edge watching the game the whole time, you're bound to not get over the fact that you're
literally in the ceiling of the Saddle Dome.
The biggest thing for me is like if I was to knock anything over, somebody below could die, and that's kind of
what I think about every time.
And then someone's like, "Well, they must have like a little net over you to like protect." Nope, it's not. It's just
if you have your phone and you're recording your cool view, like if you're even a person
everyone
on the
does
tour,
that.
they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's so cool." If you drop your phone, you're
one,
done.
Your phone's done, but two, someone else could be done.
Can you imagine the headlines? Death to a player because somebody
catwalk.
Somebody dropped their phone. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, but anyways, know what?
Write that one down.
Yeah. A lot's going on with the Flames, even though we are in an off season. We had an earlier off season than we hoped. But you know what? Stanley Cup Finals happened. It looked really cool, really fun. Yay, Vegas Knights, good for you. But now I can wear this shirt that says refuse to lose on it. We refuse to win this season, but now we're starting fresh.
Where did you get that shirt, Michela?
I'm a bit of a nerd for going vintage shopping, and I have so many amazing vintage stores and resellers that they give me like a heads up when they're like, we have some cool Flames gear in, do you want it? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. So
name drop. Where's this one?
I can't remember where this one is from specifically, but I'm going to come to a different episode and be like, here's the list.
All right. Well, do you like my jacket?
I do. I have the same one at home.
Hot tip. Calgary Team Store. You can find this at the Dome.
And at the Team Store.
And it looks vintage, but it's not.
Well, no, you've been to the one at, was it South Center?
No.
They sell all this at South Center too.
The Team Store?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just the Team Store wherever it is, right?
Yeah, but it's great.
Yeah, and hot discount for employees, and it's pretty sweet.
I do love that discount.
And it's kind of drizzling today, so I was like, you know what? Rain jacket time.
It's a damp, moist day out there.
Time. And I'm wearing my citizen hat.
Look at you.
Nice? Yeah, I'm repping. It's my first day on the job. I wanted to look good.
You showed up, you dressed for the job you want, not the job you have.
Dressed for the job you already got, and then you hope you get to keep it. Yeah. So speaking of which, I know we're not going to overanalyze Flame stuff because that happens.
Listen, we're going to talk about it broadly.
But I have to ask.
Oh boy.
Biggest news in like Flames country right now is the return of the king.
Oh,
Iggy.
You're gonna
wait.
You're gonna find me in the Dome chilling with Jerome, okay?
Thank you. Yeah.
That's what we're gonna be doing.
Are you happy?
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
He's so cool. I feel like he's just gonna like help bring a new life to this team. And even with our new coach, it's like something feels like really fresh about it. And it's nothing against Sutter because you know what? Like I said, I know nothing about coaching styles and we could get into that stuff, but I loved Sutter for so many reasons, but I feel like it's just different.
Yeah. I'm a small town farm boy. through and through that lives in the city now at a penthouse. But I am a
humble brag
farm boy. I'm just saying, like, I changed courses completely in life.
Yeah.
I respect Sutter and his style.
Yep.
So much.
Absolutely.
And what was I gonna go with that? Yeah. So the whole Conroy and then having an assistant and Ginla, it's like everything's fresh, but it's back to when the Flames had swagger when they were here as players.
You know, I'm gonna age myself right now, but when we were
I don't want to play the age game with you. I know I'm older.
I was in elementary school back when, we were making that hard run for the cup. Was that 03?
04.
04?
Yeah. See? I'm not quite.
Told you, not great at stats.
I'm quite not going to be princey where I'm like, yeah, and the date was this and the time was that, but I will tell you simple things 04. Like it was 04.
Yeah, yes. Sorry. It's been a couple weeks, Lyle.
No, it's fine.
I haven't been in the zone. But yeah, 04. I was in grade 3. But I still felt that energy. We watched all the games. My family, we put on our like Flames swag and we watched the games and we painted our face and hung out in our living room. But I remember like that was the only thing that we were talking about, even when I was in elementary school when that was happening. So it's like it's really exciting to reminisce on what that feeling was like back then and think that we could. This is like a real fresh start for us, right?
It was like pre-social media, so papers were still a big thing back then. I was in grade 7, and we got the school the paper every day in our school.
Yeah,
from the Calgary Sun, the Calgary Herald, in the library, and every single article, front page, sports page, entertainment, all Flames.
Oh yeah,
it's all we were talking about in the city.
And I will say, of like every year that there's been like an official Flames song or anthem that they call it,
nothing as good as that first
nothing has been as good as chilling in the dome with Jerome. Got my eye on the cup, baby. We gonna bring it home.
I will even go as far to say is none of them been good. There's not one Flames fan anthem. Have you made one? Sorry.
No.
Okay. Oops.
I was thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
if you did, I'd say it was great. But you haven't, and they're all bad. I think it's that like that refreshed swagger of like a new look and what I like about all the decisions the Flames have made this offseason, it's like commitment to who's given the organization from the past, who's created a culture here, bringing that back, but not going back to the well on stuff. So even the coaching hire, and they brought him to the ranks, bringing back again Conroy. I love it. And
I love how we had our new head coach on Barn Burner.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like, it feels like a bit more of an accessible, an approachable kind of feeling to our next season. Like you're kind of as much as you also had that like homegrown kind of roots feeling with Daryl Sutter because he's a farm boy and he's traditional and all this stuff. It's like this is similar but also vastly different. Like it's like Jerome McGinley, he's a man of the people, and so is our new head coach. I get the feeling. So it's
this one time I got to introduce Jerome McGinley in the Dome during a Wranglers game.
Did your nipples go like this?
Oh. I didn't get nervous since the home opener, and I was nervous for that announcement coming up because I was like, this is big.
You gotta put the special sauce on that one.
And you do. And he was back, and everyone could tell he was there for a reason. Like he was in the owner's box, and he was clearly talking Flames and watching a Wranglers game. And Jerome, I love it.
Oh, and you know what? He's fine as hell. ladies who watch sports, if your partner watches sports, just take a look out for Jerome McGinley because he is fine as wine and he's super talented and we're just happy to have him.
Yeah, I hope he's around often. Like in the Dome, just chilling in the Dome with himself. The last thing I'm going to say, and this is like, you'll learn in the show, you might already know this about me, but I love junior hockey, very involved in junior hockey here in the city. Mm-hmm. He's coming from a junior hockey area now where that's where he's been working, coaching with his son. And that's a really good thing to deal with young talent in the NHL because they've left the university ranks, the junior ranks, and the coaching style, the way the organizations handle their players, it's just different. And I think that is going to be a good thing for the Flames to move them out of the Sutter era, which I did love Sutter. So I'm just going to say
but like, even from, I'll say it every single episode from a person who like, I don't know the details. It seemed a little, dare I say, like gatekeepy when it was the Sutter era. that like it's tradition.
Yeah.
We're going to do it this way because it's the way we've always done it kind of thing. I'm like, there is some merit to that for sure.
Yeah.
But I like how we're trying something new as well. So,
yep.
And we're going to like bring in fresh faces, keep it
fresh, cute faces.
Fresh, cute faces. It's my favorite. Here, you know what? It's going to be a different show, you guys. FlamesNation citizens, you got the most diverse people in this team.
Super diverse over here.
A woman. And we have do we call you by the title that you described yourself as in the last episode?
A sports gay?
Sports gay.
Yeah. Call me whatever you want there, babe.
No, it's gonna be fun.
Self-acclaimed sports gay. All right.
Summer is here.
Summer is here. So sports still happen in the city, even though like summer is here and hockey's over.
Yeah, I haven't been to a CFL game in way too long. Like, it's embarrassing.
I am a diehard Stampeder fan.
I know.
Second generation season ticket holder. I tailgate every game, except for this Saturday. I'm going to be away. But love Stamps culture. But I'll be honest, the home opener, now they've bounced back since. They're 1-1.
Yeah.
By the time you listen to this, they're still 1-1. It's been a little bit rough in Stamps Town with the media coverage has been really focusing on why the attendance is so bad. Why,
that's all I've heard about it too, right?
Like, yeah. So I've been around a long time, and here's my take on it. Want to hear my quick hot take?
Of course I do.
It was a Thursday night, and Thursday nights suck, and no one wants to go to a Thursday night game.
And listen, like
end of discussion.
Well, it's so tricky because you've got the world. We had the pandemic, people were inside, and now people are catching up on those like vacation, get the fuck out of town kind of nights, right? So you've got people who are out camping or doing whatever, right? And it's hard to keep people in the city during the summer unless it's Stampede.
Agreed, which the Stampeders never play during Stampede on purpose because they're like, we don't want to be.
Nobody would go.
No, exactly. So it's a Thursday night. It was smoky all week leading up to it. It finally smoke parted at game time virtually. Thursday night there were still 17,000 people there, and that's more than an average Flames game. So it's not like there's no one attending, but it is in a 32,000 seat arena, so it looked empty. Anyways, that was the big talk. Not to mention the Stamps kind of laid an egg in their home opener against the BC Lions.
Wah, wah, wah.
Absolutely. And, things getting going. But they looked much better against Ottawa. And I think they're going to kick Saskatchewan's ass. On Saturday.
Here's my one CFL story. So I was helping out with a work event, and we were staying at the Westin Hotel. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so much fun. We're doing this gala. It's going to be great. And then I was like, what are all these giant men doing here in the lobby? And it was the Blue Bombers. And they were staying.
Is this like Blue Bombers circa 4 years ago and they sucked forever?
This
or
was last
recently?
Year.
Okay, they're good now.
This is last year. So I was super excited. And I was like, oh, amazing. The guys are staying at the hotel tonight. I'm going to be staying at the hotel. I have a type for sure. And it sure is that football player build. But
everything
shut
about
up, Lyle. No, I didn't do anything, not kosher. I just had a nice a viewing party. So that is as close as I've gotten to CFL. And so we're going to change that this summer. I'm going to come to some games. I'm going to tailgate with you.
Okay. We do a lot of tailgating, but the best one we do is Labor Day.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Our mutual friend, Mitch Ballot plays.
I love Mitch Ballot, which I call him Bitch Motel because that's it.
Bitch Motel?
Bitch Motel. That's what me and Tom call Mitch.
Why?
Because it's like a swap of his name.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like mean girling him or something. Like, he's not a bitch.
No.
Mitch, please. We should have him on the show one day because honestly, he's fun and he loves Flames.
Perfect. Yeah.
And he's a Flames nerd.
Well, and I think with this kind of refresh of FlamesNation citizens, feel free. Like, I encourage this every show. People listening, people watching. If you have ideas of people who we need to have on the show, or you would like to hear, or stories that you want to hear more of, questions that you have about what goes on at the Dome, our hot take on anything, we are here on the other side of these social media channels. Do not be shy.
Send them to Michela.
Slide into these DMs.
Slip into my DMs. Follow me on Twitter. I've got no Twitter followers, so I would love to have a few. And if there's a few of you, I'll talk to you all.
Yeah. If you have a mighty 25 people who really like engage with you, you're gonna be happy with that.
Make a show for them. But he would be fun. He's do some swampy blues telling for us of the Flames experiences.
He's so amazing. But you were saying, so does he play?
Okay, so he plays our tailgate.
Yeah.
So this year it's like the game's not till 5. So basically from like 10 a.m. until 5, we're just going to be in the parking lot.
How do you not sunburn?
Well, you sunscreen. I bring a tent, like a
that's
canopy
fair.
Tent.
Because I got fragile skin. I don't know if I can sit
sunscreen hat's important. You can find shade.
I'm going to bring like a misty bottle of water. So I'm just like,
And in the game, it's always great. Jets fly over. We always beat Edmonton. It's just a fun experience.
Of course we do.
But if you're looking for sports to do in this city, CFL is the best bang for your buck entertainment-wise, besides anything else I can think of that is still top grade, like good sports.
Here, I'll tell you another one. I know absolutely nothing about baseball, but what I love doing in the summer, and it's probably because it's in my backyard, Okotoks Dogs games. You get a cheap ticket, you go sit on the berm, you have some margaritas, and what a delightful way to spend a summer evening or afternoon, depending on what time the game is at.
Fair.
You've been?
No, I've been.
Lyle.
Would you take me one day?
Of course.
Yeah,
we have to have the margaritas.
Tickets. Yeah. Do you have a hookup for tickets? Or are we just gonna buy them?
Buy you the tickets.
Sure. I have been to that league though. I went to a Sylvan Lake Gulls game who do play the Dogs.
Do you remember the Calgary Cannons?
Oh yeah.
So my dad used to take me to Cannons games when I was
little.
Too. And it was look at us.
Happy Father's Day, dads.
Happy Father's Day,
to all you dads out there.
Thanks for taking us to the game. No, but when I was vintage shopping the other day, this is going to connect, I promise you. At Roadrunner Vintage, one of my favorite stores, they have this beautiful bomber jacket that they have for sale, and it's Calgary Cannons, and I'm like, oh god.
Oh, I've seen some good Cannons hats out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the baseball merch, chef's kiss, so good. I'm also just a nerd for
there's also
all the merch.
Company in Calgary that just does old team merch and like releases new stuff, and I think they've done some of the Cannons hats I've seen.
Oh man, I got a shopping problem, so that's not good for me.
It's fine. It's part of your image.
My image. Come on.
You gotta have hot new outfits.
Hot new fits.
Okay, so one of the segments I want to bring. Okay, talking about segments, we'll just see which one. We'll throw them all at walls, and we'll see which one starts to become sticks.
Well, therefore, we're gonna need everybody's feedback. So please don't feel like scared to say like, hey, maybe like don't do that segment. Maybe try this.
Or just try being positive. I don't want to hear negative shit.
No. Constructive criticism.
Okay,
Tell me what you like.
Constructive. One of them is Calgary's hottest team. Do you know the SNL skit where it's like, New York's hottest bar is? Do you know that? Okay, so I want something like that for Calgary's hottest team. And that's any league, any level. Who is the hottest team right now? I don't mean physically, but like on fire in the city. Do you know who it is right now?
Who?
It's the Calgary Surge.
Okay, I've been hearing so much about this.
Calgary's hottest team is the Calgary Surge. That's how we're going to do the intro of that one.
Basketball. Yeah, I'm excited.
And we'll just sing our own. I thought we'd have to make the musical things, but I forgot that I'm creative and you are a talented singer. So between those two things, we'll just make our own intros for everything.
Listen, don't make me recite the entirety of Space Jam right now, because
oh god, I love Space Jam.
I love it too, man. Holy no, but I've seen like so many people go into these Surge games, and I will say their logo and their branding, so good.
Okay, I went to my first Surge game. They lost, doesn't matter. It was close though. Great atmosphere. It was fun. It was like a Wednesday. It wasn't sold out, but people were into it.
Yeah.
We had courtside tickets with like table service the whole time. Like it felt very, I don't know. It felt bigger than it was, which is a good thing. So you
like not quite like Raptors games, but like like Calgary's version of that.
No mistake. You were not in an NBA game with the talent out there, but it was really good basketball.
Yeah.
The coolest thing they do this target scoring.
Oh,
have you heard of this?
No.
Okay, so in basketball, what's your biggest complaint in the last minute?
Dude, I don't know. I haven't watched.
It's my
I haven't
biggest
played
complaint.
basketball since grade 9.
My biggest complaint about basketball in the last minute was they just take forever. They like foul each other out, and like it's all about possessions back and forth and taking foul shots and like hoping their team misses.
Running that clock.
But slow, right? Like slow. So at 4 minutes, the clock turns off. Left in the game. Which I was like, what is going on? And then they put up this target score. And so at the 4 minute mark, the first timeout closest to 4 minutes or something like that, don't quote me. The team that's in the lead, they add 9 points to that team's score. So let's say it's 50 to 59. So she's easy.
Sorry,
math.
50 to 50.
Let's say it's 50 to 50. No, one team 51 to 50. Okay.
Listen, we
are not math.
we're pretty, okay?
I'm gonna use 51 to 50 as the score. Okay.
There you go.
It's 4 minutes left in the game. They go beep beep. Target score is on now. And what they do is now the first team that gets to 60 wins. So the team that was up by 1 has an advantage, but that last 4 minutes can take as long or as quick as it needs. But it's the first team. So the whole crowd knows exactly when that winning shot's coming, which makes it really exciting. In a couple of games, the Surge have come back, like being down, like, I don't know, 6-8 points. They've won in target scoring. In this game, they were down by 20, tied it up during the target scoring, still lost, but still, like, the crowd knew when the game was over and when the winning shot was in the line, and that makes shit exciting.
That's so strange. I have never heard of that. But also, like, I haven't watched basketball in a long time. So I'm like, is this something that other teams have done? Is this unique to us? I don't know. Like,
I also sat through at the Petroleum Club. We sat through a membership thing. We're really cool where they were introducing the Surge and like what they're all about. And they were like, it's going to be a cultural entertainment renaissance in the city. Like
renaissance.
Yeah. And then so I was like, had high expectations. And then like the halftime show was musical chairs. I was like, oh boy. That's been done.
Like we're not talking fancy musical chairs. We're talking
like the mascot is in one and 3 kids, and they're just going around the middle of court looking for a chair. And maybe other games there's been acts or like performers, but
I say whether it is hockey, baseball, basketball, I do not give a fuck. We need to bring back bubble soccer during half times and intermissions.
Sure.
Where people just like boom, they just like run into each other. Like, that's entertaining for me.
I would rather have Red Corner Entertainment and just bring in all of our local artists all the time. I'm not kidding. That's what we love.
But here's the thing, from an artist perspective, when you're at a game, and yes, it's so cool, you're playing the Saddle Dome, like that is amazing and it's an amazing feeling. But when you start playing, everybody leaves because they're going to the pisser or they're getting
There's still like 6,000 people sitting in their seats.
True, but you're so separated from them.
Yeah. I just like that entertainment side of it.
I have seen because I haven't been to too many Roughnecks games. I've been to a couple this past year. Not like I haven't been to one where they've done this, but when they like wheel out the band on the center of the field, I like that. But I know that that's probably like
it doesn't work for hockey as easy.
Well, it doesn't work for hockey as easy.
And they don't have the Zamboni break time they need.
True.
Hockey stops for no one.
Sorry. That's an inside joke for me, Lyle, and our Wranglers Wrecking Crew friends. So we'll leave that one there.
Yeah, for sure. I was just saying hockey falls a very strict, like I don't think lacrosse players are upset if they're still wheeling the last bit of the stage off.
No.
Or football. Halftime shows are huge, right?
Yeah.
They almost have to do a full warm-up after they come back from how long those shows can be.
It's like with hockey, it's like, okay, I understand. Like you have to be like really careful with the ice because like let's say if you bring out a bunch of equipment, something falls and you have this big gash in the ice, like you just can't.
It literally
right?
wrecks the game for like 20 minutes while they try and freeze it.
And nobody wants to sit through that. So I totally get it. I think that with the new arena kind of happening, I remember chatting with Steve. I will always talk about Steve on this show because
Steve gets a lot of shout outs.
He's the best.
I just saw Steve last week.
Did you? How's Steve?
Oh, I didn't see him. I guess I just talked to him. I was up here. He was in the ice.
Okay. So Steve Edgar, he I can't remember if he does game presentation.
He's the head of all game presentation.
The head of game presentation for Calgary Sports and Entertainment. And he is incredible, and he works so hard to make sure that these games are full of life and are fresh and he keeps our team like whipped into shape, and I love that. But I remember talking to him, this was even years ago, about the prospect of having the new arena and what that might mean for in-game presentation stuff. Like,
have you been to a game in Nashville?
No.
Okay, they have like a stage that's always there for the red corner kind of stuff, but it's more prominent.
It makes sense in Nashville though, because you're like, sorry, I'm waving a key around.
Why are you waving a key at me?
And it's my fidget toy right now.
Okay, fine.
No, it makes sense in Nashville because you have this never-ending like roll of musicians coming through, right? But not to say that we don't. I know we do have that here too. So he was saying like there might be something like that, and maybe that's something we ask you guys. Like, if you were to design your own arena for the Flames, keeping in mind game presentation, keeping in mind how like beautiful, the Oilers, for an example. Okay, I know, I get it, but their arena is mucho better than ours.
Yeah, well,
it looks like a spaceship aisle. Like,
I actually hate I think their outside looks terrible.
Really?
It's beautiful when you're sitting in your seat. I think the concourse sucks. There, I said it.
Okay, fair, whatever, that's fine.
Felt like a crowded mall, the concourse.
When does any sports game not feel like
you're in the
mall?
shittiest part of Edmonton, which is the center of it, and the best part, which is also the shittiest part, and I shouldn't hate on Edmonton so much.
Listen, we have our Oilers Nation
when
friends.
You're sitting in your seats, the view of the Jumbotron and the game is amazing.
Well, yeah. And
so yes,
we have the PLs, and Edmonton fans make fun of us, say that the roof is coming down.
When they designed the PLs, it wasn't really intended to be used. Those were like for special events.
I know, I get it. But okay, I will say their little tunnel walking onto the ice.
Yep.
It looks so cool. It's lit up so beautifully. But the one thing I don't like about it is how there's glass on the one side and people can like watch as they're walking onto the ice. It feels like a fishbowl.
Toronto does that too. They walk like through
intrusive.
The crowd. Yeah.
I don't really like that. But like, so picture yourself designing your own arena. Think about things like that. Like, what would you want to see? Like, how, like, what kind of lights, what kind of atmosphere, like, what special
lighting?
What more lighting?
And I want more flames,
more pyro.
Can I tell you what I want?
Yeah, of course.
Send us your ideas, but here are my ideas. More fire.
More fire.
Yeah, just fire fucking everywhere when they score.
Did you see the TikTok that I made? But it was also on Reels. Here, I'm gonna throw you under the bus right now.
Yeah.
Lyle isn't on TikTok. And I feel like we need to change that.
I'm also like 32 years old.
Who cares? You're young at heart, and you're hanging out with a child like me.
I take great pride in saying that I'm not on TikTok. That doesn't embarrass me at all. So you can tell
okay.
But I do watch my TikToks like an adult. 2 weeks later on Instagram.
There you go. Perfect. So you would have seen I made a TikTok because on it was the Women's Day game. Steve let me bring my mom up to the catwalk.
She was the fireball
girl. And then he was like, oh my gosh, come with me really, really quick. So we're like kind of jogging across the catwalk. He's like, here's where we do our pyro. And you're just going to have to press these 2 buttons. And she was giddy. So if we could have more pyro in general, that would be sick.
More pyro, more lighting,
more space for, entertainment.
Okay, what I thought you were going to say about Edmonton was they did build a little stage where they have it's cool, but they put theirs tucked away in the corner, like the red corner. I would like to see us do like something what Nashville does.
Showy,
right? More centered. Like make that a thing. Drum lines. I'm a big fan of drum lines.
I love drum lines. I remember not this season, but the season before. It was home opener.
Mm-hmm.
And when all the players they enter through the Zamboni area and we had the drum line, I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, why did we stop that?
I don't know. Go ask Steve.
No, we're saying nothing but positive things about our boss Steve on this show.
No, he's just trying new stuff. But Steve, let's bring back the drum line, lines. Please.
I had a guy come up to me at the Calgary Canucks game, Alberta Junior Hockey League. I'll keep pumping them as much as I can.
Of course.
I run their game day presentation. I'm their Steve. And I had this guy's like, can I bring a drum line next season? I'm like, yeah, bring 2 drum lines.
Bring every single drum. Ever.
All the drum lines. We average 200 fans. I would love to have 200 drummers and 200 fans. That's what I want to see. Anyways, drums are awesome. where I was going as your question. What's one thing the Flames have done in the past, game presentation wise, they don't do anymore, you'd love to bring back? Something you miss.
Oh, I know. It's it was a sponsored one. It was the Jugo Juice slime cannon.
Yeah, that was
ooh.
When you had all the different drinks in there and then they lost the game, it splattered on them.
And it just all over your face.
I'm even going more
vintage. Maybe I shouldn't do
that. I missed the blimp.
The blimp?
Were you alive for the bill? Maybe you
we're not that far apart, okay?
Back in my day, they would fill a blimp. No, but literally, we had two blimps that would, in intermissions, would fly around the stands.
Yeah.
In, like the inside of the netting, and they would drop coupons for like ice creams and different things in this dome. And that's all they would do. They would just fly around, poop, and I could feel like drones could do that now. But they were like these little mini blow up remote control blimps.
That's so fun. It's kind of like the pizza falling from the sky with the parachutes.
But cooler, because you know that it's just some guy throwing it over the catwalk and you can watch them. But it was so cool.
I mean, I do like how random the pizza parachutes are.
Yes.
Because you see these you'll see full grown men who are like half cut and they'll be like they're like looking to the sky with their mouths open for some reason.
As if they think a real piece of pizza is in that box.
No. Well, I mean, half the time the pizza is probably not as hot as it should be.
No, fun fact. I won one this year in our seats in 224, and it's not pizza in there.
What?
Yeah, it's just a pizza box, and then when you open it up, it's a coupon.
My whole life is a lie.
Yeah. Well, okay, food safety regulations probably state like you shouldn't have lukewarm pizza from game presentation staff being thrown over a...
Wow, my life is a lie right now.
Sorry.
I need to talk to Steve.
I also thought it was real pizza in the box because I was like, this is so light, and I was so excited to win it. By winning, I mean catch it from the air.
You're like, I'm hungry. I need a slice.
No, there's like a Pizza 73 booth right outside, so it wasn't that far to go. But yeah, no, it's just a coupon to go to the concession and grab your pizza. Yeah, which is a big waste of a pizza box. But if you didn't have a pizza box, what?
We should just do paper airplanes if we're gonna do that.
But it looks cool to have a pizza box floating down.
I know. Damn it.
I hope I'm not gonna get in trouble for ruining that illusion.
No, because everybody who's received one of the boxes also knows this.
I'm sure they've told friends, and then their friends have told their friends. So the secret's probably out. That wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
Yeah.
I'm so upset. Podcast is ending now. Sorry, gotta go.
Yeah, no pizza in the box, which to me made as soon as I picked it, I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
It does. It does. But okay. But they've got the one with the ice cream where they hand out ice cream. I know that.
That's just coupons too.
No, it's not. They hand out ice cream. I've seen it.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay, maybe I'm just not paying attention.
I don't think you're paying attention.
What?
Because you're thinking about anthems and stuff.
Oh my gosh. Okay, listen. Everybody listening, here's what we need to do. We're going to brainstorm new stuff, and I'll make a list. I will compile a list, and we'll bring it to Steve and just be like, here. Here's the ideas from the people.
Yeah. And then you at home right now or driving, wherever you're listening, you could actually change the course of Flames Games entertainment forever.
You could change the history.
You have a great idea. We'll bring it right
intermissions.
to Steve. Until Steve says, stop bringing me ideas. Sick of you two.
We're going to get fired.
Shut up and sing the anthem.
Yep. He's like, Michela, please just do your job for the 3 minutes that you're out there.
Yeah, I think he's actually would be open to great ideas. We'll screen out the dumb ones, so don't worry about it. No idea is dumb, but if it is, we just won't tell him.
Yeah, it just won't make the cut to go to Steve. Oh my gosh, I think we're really onto something though. Yeah. If we're gonna create our own arena, we're gonna have our own entertainment in there.
Gosh, I hope they're already creating it right now, like without us doing it. Like I hope they're making some serious progress.
I would love to be on the research team for that, just to go visit all of the other arenas and be like, what's working?
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't have to recreate the wheel.
No, not at all. But you rip off what everybody else is doing right.
Yeah. I also love the idea of, this is going off topic a little bit, but you know how Edmonton's and stuff has great curtains and stuff, and you can really make an intimate lower bowl. So
I do love an intimate lower bowl.
Yeah, I want to make sure we keep that. So Wranglers games, Hitman games, visibly close off the big seats up high so that everyone's focus can come down and make really good atmosphere, so that if there is 6,000 fans, they feel like they were part of a a group.
Yeah, and it feels like it could have been 20,000, but you're really just like kind of bringing it home and keeping it close to the ice, so you're still like part of the action. I think that's great.
Yeah, and you're not staring up at empty seats. I think that's a cool thing than some modern arenas.
Yeah,
bring that in, but do it better than curtains. Like, I mean, I'm just saying curtains, but we'll
figure it out. Something sexy up there, right?
Make it like Transformer shit moving around.
I love that. Oh my gosh. So you were talking to me earlier about you had an anthem performance that you wanted me to listen to.
This one time when we were sitting around discussing or texting each other about podcast ideas for the show, one thing I've always had in my mind for you is when I hear a horrible anthem, there's a terrible take on it, I'm like, I wonder what Michela thinks about that. And there's been some bad ones recently, so we'll save those. I want to have a few of these. But what this idea of this segment, we'll call it, is that I don't have an opinion because I can't sing the anthem. I suck at singing.
Shall we rise and remove our hats? And
no, I can do that part. Please rise, remove your hats, enjoy Michela Sheedy in the singing of tonight's national anthem.
From the top, make it drop. I'm sorry.
No, I just want your honest take because anthem singing's tough, and I'm not making fun of these people, but some of these are just bizarre takes of the anthem, and they're not all gonna be Canadian because let's face it, the Americans have way funnier takes of their anthem than we ever will.
They put the sauce on it for sure.
So I haven't named this segment yet, but in the end of the day, I just want your opinion. And
all right,
to start this off, this is a classic. I'm not sure if you've heard this one. It's back to 1994.
Okay, so do I get to visually see it too, or do I just get to hear it?
Well, you can see there's not much. It's from 1994. Okay. They didn't even have.
Okay, that's fair. Lay it on me.
It was barely 2K back then. Okay, so 1994, the CFL expanded to the US.
Yep.
Did you know that?
Nope.
Okay, so for a while there were American teams in the CFL, and one of those teams was based in Las Vegas. So I thought this was pretty topical.
Yeah,
because Vegas won the cup, and this is from a CFL game in Las Vegas, and this is their rendition of "Oh Canada."
Oh Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command.
Oh.
With growing hearts, we see thee rise, the true and strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
You know.
From far
and
wide,
he put the tag on it.
We stand on guard for thee. God keep our land.
No.
It's not over.
Glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
I'm out. I'm done. Oh my God. That was something.
Okay. So I want to break down that anthem real quick. This is listen, you are one of two go-to Flames anthem singers. There are like 32 in the league. That's pretty prestigious. So you are qualified to judge this. What are your thoughts?
So I will start this off by saying it is not as easy as you think to sing an anthem.
Yeah, but do you make up new words?
Okay. I know a lot of really top of the line, think of your favorite artists ever. They refuse to do anthems.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of pressure involved.
Oh, and the media loves it when you screw it up.
I know people who they have not even screwed it up, but something has happened or they tweaked a note and they've just been destroyed. So I get it. There's a lot of pressure, but this was 94. Social media didn't exist. He could just do that and then be like, oh, nobody's gonna ever hear that again.
Crowd had no idea that was wrong because they're all Americans watching Canadian football for the first time going, cool. Sounds great to me.
The song of the Great White North.
At one point, he went into "Oh Christmas Tree."
That's what I thought it was. I was like,
Canada,
what?
Oh, Canada.
We stand on guard for the good Lord. Okay, but
and with growing hearts. Why won't they stop growing?
Listen, my heart is growing over here. But the one thing I will say is, man.
Mm-hmm. Have you never actually heard that one?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Do your research. Do your research. If you're gonna go sing a song, whether it's an anthem or if it's karaoke, just do a little bit of research.
Now, I don't know if we'll overlay the video or not, but if we can do that from editors in the back, great. But his face looked so proud at the end. He was just like,
was he? Do you think that he felt like he
nailed it,
especially
when he held that last the third the that he added in his own version of it? He held that one for about 9 seconds, and I think he thought he just crush that.
You can milk that end note for sure, and you can really marinate in it. But like he put a tag on the end. He made the anthem. Mm-hmm. He made the anthem wrong, and then he continued to make it even more wrong by doing the same wrong thing again. Oh,
and I've never heard you do a bad version of the anthem, honestly. Well, like all people have like, ooh, I got a hiccup that day or something, and whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
Or like your throat, like
However, I can tell when you are feeling it because then you're like that end. You just
yeah,
you put it all.
You put the sauce on it, right? No, that was that was something.
You're welcome. I'm so happy. I was like, maybe she's already heard this, and I couldn't kick the segment off with a bad version. And you know what? I thought, hey, CFL, it's the season. Why not go to that one? That's a classic to me, though.
I do want to shout out our anthem singer for the Stampeders, though, Justine Tyrell. Woo-hoo! She is great. She is amazing, and I love that girl. And I cannot wait to hear her sing our nation's song, Not Like That Guy.
I don't think it's ever going to be done like that again. That's once in a historic event.
People listen, like when I was studying up, because I did study up to audition for the role that I have.
Sorry, like you studied the lyrics, or
no, just like different performances to see the do's and the don'ts and the breathing and all that, finite stuff.
Yeah.
I took a look at the best anthems out there, and then I took a look at the worst ones. And people will always say, you should do it on skates like that one guy. And I'm like,
that worked out great.
That's going to be a hard no. But here's the thing. He's a legend for that, though, because no matter what, he fell 4 times, maybe more. I don't know. He got up and he kept going.
Okay, here's one more thought.
And he sang it right.
What is your opinion in the Oiler games and the playoffs where the guy just puts the mic in the air and then the crowd sings it? Because it was funny. Okay, not funny. It was inspiring the first time. Yes. You're like, ooh, everyone's coming together. And then now it seems very...
But maybe like... I see both sides of it, because as an anthem singer, it's like, yeah, you know what? Like, I want to be able to like feel this moment and sing it to its fullest. But then I have seen performances too when the mic will cut out.
That's cool.
And then it's like, different. Oh, okay, you know what? We're going to save this and we're all in this together. And it's like, great. I don't know.
But if your whole thing is literally just, I'm going to sing it and then I'm going to have the crowd sing it every time.
Like, oh, Canada. And then you take the rest.
Yeah. And I get it. Camaraderie. We're all coming together. Yay, us. But
I think that he should have picked maybe just like a moment, one moment in that song to do that, and then come back, because you know what? That is an honor to be able to sing that, especially at that high caliber of a game.
Yeah.
And like own your moment, like have your moment.
Yeah.
It's about all of us, but it's also about this guy who is, clearly experienced enough that they put him in front of thousands of people and millions of people watching at home. So I don't know. I see both sides.
And to me, if the crowd's singing along though, you're as an atmosphere, like in your own fan experience, you're going to hear the crowd sing around you, and it's cool.
Yeah.
But also having that guy's track playing where he's actually singing is cool too. So I like a mix of it. It's like going to a concert and then like they do the whole song. That was the last Nickelback show I went to in Calgary. It was like, hey, Rockstar. And then he just had the crowd sing it. And then he wasn't done. The crowd sang Hotel California. And I was like, okay,
hold on. They did Hotel California?
Yeah, I think they were drunk, to be honest. And
Chad.
Yeah, they had a long tour, ended in Calgary, hometown show. And the Rockstar, I get it. That's a crowd engagement song. But then literally out of Rockstar, they went to Hotel California and just had the crowd sing it. I was like, I'm done now.
Those are two really lyric heavy songs. So that's a brave move.
And long.
Yeah.
Hotel California is like a 5-minute experience, give or take.
Oh my gosh. Wait, Nickelback's coming to town soon, right?
This I'm weekend? Gone. Yeah, I must be. We don't have tickets to that one. Do you?
No. I would have gone though. I just spent too much money on Beyonce tickets though, so I couldn't do it. But I actually
we should say some of this for our Stampede episode.
What?
Just like who you're seeing during Stampede. We're excited for.
Yeah, of course. No, it's a trick that artists will use sometimes, especially when they're on a long tour, when they put the mic out for everybody to sing. Even Beyonce does it. Yeah. When you listen to Love on Top and she's doing those high notes, and sometimes she doesn't do all of them, it's because she's trying to save her voice, right? But when it's an anthem, you should probably just like have your moment. I don't know.
So to wrap that segment up, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rank that gentleman who I don't have his name? We'll call it CFL in Las Vegas anthem from 1994.
Oh man, I'm gonna give that beautiful boy 4.5.
Oh, you were kind, girl.
Because listen,
4.5.
I know beneath the
his voice was
melodic fuckery that was going on there, he's a good singer.
Yeah, okay,
he's a good singer.
There we go.
There's nothing worse than like a singer who can't sing.
You would look at it differently than I would, because I was like, nope, fuck him. He screwed up the Canadian national anthem, butchered it. But you were right. He was a good singer.
He's a good singer. He just probably wasn't as well rehearsed as he could have been.
Yep.
Because think about it. I don't know if maybe could he Google what in 94?
Yeah, but he could probably get the phone book and call a Canadian and ask for a reference.
Ask for them to sing.
I don't know. Go to the library.
There
had to be a way.
That's, oh my gosh. That is
trying to think back to when I was 4 years old, how I'd get information back then.
When you were 4 years old?
Yeah, 1994.
I wasn't getting no information
you
back
were getting
then.
Zero.
No, I was watching Treehouse.
A baby fetus.
Yeah.
Oh my just God. A little fetus.
I like that. I think that we should that's a good segment idea. You come with a lot of great ideas to this show.
Thanks. One night I just sat in the bathtub and typed out ideas. Did you notice my populating the note? And I
did. Yeah, it was great. Yeah. You know what? I think that we had a great first episode with you as a co-host, and maybe we should put a pretty little bow on it for this first one. Hey?
Yeah. Well, first I think we forgot something.
We forgot something. What did we forget?
Stampede's coming up.
Oh,
and we're gonna do a Stampede episode.
So Stampede is a wild time, the wildest 10 days in a Calgarian's life. And I want to know what your Stampede like war stories are. I want to hear the craziest Stampede experiences that you have had. Lay it on us. We're not afraid of all of the details. And who knows, maybe we'll talk about it on the show. I know I've got some Stampede war stories.
Okay, I feel
they're like the famous ones too, right?
Perfect. I'm so tame. Like I have a lot of fun during Stampede, but I have no great stories. So I can't wait to hear them. Much like Dome stories, share them.
Yeah. We've got Dome stories, Stampede stories. We want Flames Nation citizens to be not just about us two blabbing on microphones, but we want to involve you guys too. Because that's what we are, Flames Nation. We are a community. We are here to talk about why we love this city, why we love our sports teams, and why we love, just being here a part of this community. So
I love it. That sounds like a pretty little bow. We
did it. So nice. Thank you so much, everybody. Be sure to tune in next week for Flames Nation citizens. Give us a follow at Flames Nation on your favorite social media platform. We're going to be there. We're going to be having a lot of fun, and we will see you next week.